What is up guys, my name is Ashwat and welcome to yet another video. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the tiny island nation of Seychelles, and we're going to look into basics of how to travel Seychelles, visas, flights, accommodation, things to do especially for the Indian traveler. So if you're looking at places other than Maldives and Bali but with a very similar vibe, continue watching the rest of the video to find out if Seychelles is the right place for you. If this is your first time here, I am a doctor and a travel vlogger, and I focus on offbeat, underrated and unexplored parts of India and abroad. And I also focus on travel hacks, latest in travel technology that can make your travels easy and comfortable. So if you find all that interesting, consider subscribing. Okay, so let's talk about the basics, flights and visas. You can get direct flights from Mumbai or connecting flights from literally anywhere in India. The local airline of Seychelles is Air Seychelles, and you can get flights from 20,000 to 25,000 depending on when you book and how early you book them. And if you don't know how to book cheap flight tickets online, I have a separate video on it, so check it out right here. So let's talk about visa. The best part about Seychelles is that Indian citizens do not require a visa when you go to Seychelles. All you need when you reach the immigration officer is your valid Indian passport, your return flight ticket and proof of accommodation for your time in Seychelles. And sometimes the officer may also ask you for proof of funds when you are in Seychelles, so just carry enough money for evidence just in case. Seychelles is basically a small island nation in the Indian Ocean, and it is basically to the east of the coast of Africa. And the population of Seychelles is 89,000, which are distributed among these islands. The three major islands of Seychelles are Mahé, Praslin and Digue. The most common languages spoken are English and French, and the local language called as Creole, but you should be fine if you speak a little bit of English as well. The currency that they use is called the Seychelles rupiah, but US dollars and euros are also widely acceptable on the island. The best time to go to Seychelles is literally any time of the year. The climate is going to be anywhere from 24 to 29 degrees throughout the year. Overall, everything on the island is a little expensive. You cannot call this a budget destination because everything is imported. There is no manufacturing on the island. Basically, they have big diesel generators on the island for the electricity. So everything from accommodation to fuel to food, everything is going to be super expensive. And the best way of getting around Seychelles is by renting a car. So I suggest once you get down from the airport, rent a car, which will cost you anywhere from around $30 to $40 depending on the season. And if you're there for 4 to 5 days, renting a car is the best option because the best places on the island can be reached by car because roads are pretty good, and that way the main island is pretty big, and if you want to explore those hidden beaches and those unique places, you will need a car. Otherwise, the buses keep running here and there, but you will waste a lot of time in waiting for those buses. So now that you know a little bit about Seychelles, let's talk about the activities and the best things to do in and around Seychelles. As Seychelles is an island, the best activities will be related to water and water activities. So one of the first things that I would recommend you do is go for either snorkeling or scuba diving. The marine life is really diverse and very unique in its own way. Waters are really clear as well, and you will have a lot of fun doing these activities. There are a lot of tour operators on the island of Mahé, and one trip can cost you anywhere from around 40 to 50 euros. Another thing that you can do is basically when you rent a car, just drive around the entire island of Mahé. The island is really big, but you can cover the entire island in a day. Like maximum distance that you can cover is 90 kilometers. But there are so many beaches around the entire island that you will need an entire day just to go around and look at all these beautiful beaches. The list is just endless, and I'm going to put down names to all these beaches in the description box below, so just check that out. So beach hopping is a very popular activity on the island of Mahé, so don't miss out on that. Also, there are a lot of hiking routes to reach all these secret beaches. So when I was there, we went for a beautiful hike to this beach called as Anse. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Basically, this hike is 3 hours long, and you hike across this big mountain with a cliff on your right and basically mountains on your left, and towards the end of the hike is this secret beach where there are just a few people there, and basically you have this paradise of a beach only to yourself. So that is why I suggest you take up all these hiking routes, because the best places and the most unique and the untouched places are where people do not take the effort to reach there. Apart from this, there are also many other hiking routes which lead you to beautiful beaches, and I'm going to put down all those names in the description box below, so check those out after you see this video. Apart from the main island of Mahé, there are other islands like Praslin and Digue. So there are a lot of people who offer one-day trips to these islands, and these islands are really beautiful in their own way. And these islands basically are a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is very unique in its own way, and you don't want to miss out on that. We stayed at this beautiful place called as Le Meridian Fisherman's Cove, which was on the north side of the Mahé Island. It was a really nice resort, and I highly recommend that if you have the budget, just check out this place. It is really nice. So I think what makes Seychelles very different from Bali or Maldives is the fact that you have that sense of seclusion and paradise. At the same time, it is perfectly balanced between commercialization and the picturesque virgin beauty that it is in itself. So if you're looking at honeymoon destinations or just 4-5 days weekend getaways, Seychelles is a really nice place. So I really recommend that you look into this place, because the flight tickets are more or less the same, and the accommodations are also more or less the same. In fact, sometimes I feel that the accommodation in Maldives are more expensive, and Maldives basically you have just one island where your entire resort is, but in Seychelles basically you have a resort, you have islands, at the same time there is a beautiful market. So I think it is a really perfect balance between commercialization at the same time having that raw natural beauty. So I think Seychelles is that way is a very unique destination. So I highly recommend you guys at least travel to this place at least once in your life. So I hope you guys like this video. If you guys did, subscribe to my channel, share it with your travel friends, and don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if you still have any doubts, put it down in the comment section below. I will be more than happy to answer them for you. And feel free to follow me on Instagram for some amazing photos, behind the scenes, and latest updates about the channel. And until the next time, keep on traveling.